This is The Author's Perspective, TAP, a show set to take you behind the scenes of some of your favorite books. We will be delving into deeper conversations and let you get to know different authors whilst discussing some of the social issues affecting them. We are RM Publishers. Join us as we take you on this literary journey. Let's step right into it.
Hello, Pastor Tunji. Welcome to the author's perspective.
Hello, thank you for having me on.
Oh, great. So Pastor Tunji is a book coach, a pastor, and an authorpreneur. Am I right?
Yes.
Great. So we first met in 2015, I guess.
Yes.
At the Power Conference, which
Yeah.
RM Publishers hosted at the time. And at the time, you were an author.
Yes. I was already a book coach at that time.
Oh, okay.
I had started the business in around October 2014.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I didn't really take it serious because I was looking for work at the time, but then I found a job, so I couldn't really get into it. So it's 2015.
Right.
I just thought, okay, yes, I'm working, but let me do this because, I'd published, I think, one person at that time.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, yeah, this looks good. Let's get into this. And
Oh,
been doing it since then.
fantastic. So when we met, obviously, I got one of your books, Glory Realm Living.
Oh,
Yes. How many other books have you written so far for yourself?
so 4 books that are published and
Okay.
2 that are not published yet.
All right. Cool. And this is self-help.
Yeah.
What genre do you write in?
My first 3 books, so Glory Realm Worshipper was my first ever book that I
Okay.
published in 2011 on my 30th birthday. And
Mm-hmm.
Glory Realm Living, which you have. And then I've got The Worshipper in You and How to Write Your Book Fast. I wrote in 2015 to build the business. And I've got 2 other books that need to come out this year.
Awesome. And talking of birthdays, I've noticed that you have a twin.
Yes.
I didn't know you have a twin.
Yes.
Is your twin also into writing?
No, she's not. She's not.
Ah.
She's into cooking. So
Oh, wow. That's nice. Yeah. Oh, wow. Talking about cooking, I have a question to ask you later on. So I'll put a pin on it for now. So now, as a book coach, what do you do?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I run a company called Accelerated Authors Academy.
Okay.
And, what we do is we coach aspiring authors who are coaches, consultants, entrepreneurs, ministers, business owners who want to write and publish their own book. And we take them on a 90-day journey to get them from no idea to published author. And then there's some of them that will probably want to build a business with the book. So we show them how to turn the book into multiple streams of income and into a coaching business. Because most people want to write a book, but they just think about Amazon. But there's more to your book than just Amazon. Because you write a book, you put on Amazon, it's for $9.99. You're not getting $9.99 from Amazon when the book
exactly.
So you're probably going to get £4 something. What about if you turn that book into a course or something like that where you can charge more and make a bigger impact? But we can get more into that later on. But that's the nutshell of what we do. We coach people to write and publish their own books, so we show them how to do it themselves.
So talking about Amazon, most people think that once your book is on Amazon, you've made it. And clearly, like you have said, it takes a bit more work, doesn't it, for your book to actually gain, what is it called when you're...
Yeah, to gain traction, to gain visibility. And it's because people don't understand the space that we're in, especially because things have changed. So it's great that you can be published by a traditional publisher, but that process takes long. And you have to have visibility, you have to have a name, you have to have a following. And if you can just learn the process to self-publish your book, or use a team publishing or hybrid publisher that can help you with your book, then you probably have a better chance of getting much more traction with your book. Because like I said, you put it on Amazon, I've made it, but you haven't, because there's some people that you see that put their book on that is free, and they keep saying they're bestseller. I'm like, the book is free, you didn't sell, so how can you be a bestseller? But they feel they've made it because people have downloaded their books for free. Not so.
Yeah, I have never really understood the whole bestseller thing. Do you
Okay.
know anything about it? Because I see someone publish their book and then the next thing they're a best-selling author. Like, how did you get to bestseller overnight?
Okay. I wasn't into it as well, to be honest, at first. From 2015 till probably last year, I wasn't really into it, or 2020. But I got to know more about it when I started doing my online challenges, and I invited lots of speakers to come and speak. And basically, bestseller means you sold a number of books either on the day of launch or on the week of your launch. So if you want to be in the UK, if you want to be a Sunday Times bestseller, that means that week that you launch your book, you need to sell nothing less than 5,000 copies.
Wow.
And that
Okay.
is across all the networks. So Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, and all of these retailers. And that counts for pre-order as well.
Oh, okay.
So you can sell 5,000 copies, then you can become a Sunday Times bestseller. And the same with America. So you can become a New York Times bestseller,
Times. Ah, I see.
a USA Today bestseller, the Journal bestseller as well. But you need to sell those amounts of copies. With Amazon, it's different. You can sell maybe, I don't know, 20 books and become a bestseller, because with Amazon it depends on the categories that you're in. So you need to choose the right category for your book in order to become a bestseller. So if you're in a category that is competitive with Rich Dad Poor Dad and Think and Grow Rich and all these other books, it's going to be more difficult for you to become a bestseller. But if you can choose the right categories where there's not much competition, and you can sell maybe 20 books on the day of launch, or 100 or so books that week of launch, you will become either a bestseller or number one bestseller. So to become a bestseller on Amazon, you need to be in the top 100.
Oh, so does it really matter if you're a bestseller or not? Really, as an author?
It's just a ego thing. Oh, I'm a bestseller, so it sounds good.
Yeah.
Of course, if you're New York Times, if you're Sunday Times, that's different. That's another level. You're proper bestseller.
Definitely.
But Amazon, well, maybe if you're number one bestseller, then okay,
yes,
that's good. But if you're just a best-selling author, then it's okay. And it's the same with awards, where you see people, award-winning author, award-winning business.
Yeah.
Sometimes the awards are not known. So, yeah.
That is true. So, I guess people need to attend your masterclass to get to learn a bit more on these topics.
Yeah, so I do masterclasses, free masterclasses. I do free 5-day challenges, free summits, but I do paid 1-day boot camps as well, and live events and stuff like that, just to help people. Yeah.
Cool. And do you have a boot camp coming on?
Well, I was supposed to, but I canceled.
Uh,
I was supposed to have one tomorrow, but I've had to cancel it. So I need to find another date that I can do it. But I might be running a free masterclass or challenge either
mm.
next month. So I'll put the word out there.
Oh, great. So what really happens in a masterclass or in a boot camp?
So basically, we dive deep into, well, with the master class, it's only like, an hour, 90 minutes, maybe 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So we just go through the first step of my 6 step process, which is planning your book. But
Mm-hmm.
in the boot camp, we spend the whole day together and we go through everything, whereby by the end of the boot camp, you would have a framework for your book. So you have your
Mm.
book mapped out. You can get your title and everything that you need to go off and write your book.
Mm.
Yeah.
And how easy or how hard is it to get to the place where you think, oh, I have a title and I want to write about A, B, C, D?
It's not that hard. It's just you finding out exactly, there are 5 W's in the planning stage that
Mm.
I ask people. First of all, why do you want to write a book? You need to
Mm.
know why. What's your why? Don't just, say, oh, because this person's written a book, I want to write one. No, there must be a purpose to your book. Is it to build your business? Is it to get visibility so you can get PR and media attention? Is it so that you can make more money? Is it so you can have more impact and have more influence on people? What is your why? You need to first find your why. Then after that, you need to figure out, what exactly am I speaking about? So there's why, then what? What is my
Mm.
topic? Some people just say, oh, I want to write a book about business, but that does not make sense because there's so many type of businesses.
Mm-hmm.
What type of business are you in, and what do you want people to understand about that business? So you
Mm.
need to really dive into what exactly your topic is, what niche it's in. So is it fiction? Is it non-fiction? Is it self-help? Is it inspirational? Is it motivational? Is it a Christian book? So you need to know all these things. Then the next W is, who is your book for? You need to
Mm.
know your target audience. Don't just say your book is for everyone, because it's not. Who is your book for? Because when you know that, when they see your book title, when they see your cover, they will buy it because they know the book is for them. You need to know what they're going through, what's their struggles, what's their challenges, and then
Mm.
what solutions can you bring to solve their problems in your book. And you need to be able to have other avenues that they can come and get to you, so that after they read your book, you can help them even more. So you need to
Mm.
know who your book is for. Then the next W is, when is your book coming out? Put a deadline, put a date to it, so that you're not just, people that say, oh, I've been trying to write a book for 2 years. I've been trying to write a book for 10 years, because there's no deadline. If you
Mm.
deadline, a start date and a finish date, then you know that in 90 days I'm working towards writing this book. And you will go and you will do it. And then the last W is, where is your book going? What's the
Right.
future of your book? What's the outcome of this book? Do you just want to put it on Amazon? Or do you want to use the book to build a business? You want to impact people? Do you want to leave a legacy? Where do you want your book to go? So those are the 5 W's that
Mm.
I ask about when we're planning your book, so that after you do that, you can now figure out, what is your title.
Mm. Wow. That's pure gold. I mean, I would jump onto your masterclass ASAP as to
Okay.
learn to learn a bit more. So also, I've seen you put covers out there. Do you do you think that cover design has an impact on the success of a book?
Oh, definitely. So your title and your cover sells your book first before people
Mm-hmm.
open the book. So, when I first started out, I was using Fiverr
Mm.
to get covers done because that's what I knew. But
Mm.
growing this, you know that you need to pay good money to get a good cover. Because the thing is, what I found out is, graphic designers are not book designers.
Right.
So they know how to do graphics, but they can't do book covers because they don't understand measurements and formats and all of those things. So I had to understand that and knowing that it's not just about having, yes, you need a great design, but also you need the right person to really speak what you're trying to say. Design, but also can format the book correctly so that when you're trying to publish, there's no issues.
Right.
So if anyone's listening, don't just go on Fiverr, okay? Don't just go on Fiverr.com. Try and spend a bit more money so that you can get a professional cover design done for your book.
Done. Yes. I mean, Fiverr is great for other things as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you want your book to gain traction, like you said, you have to have something that stands out. Yeah. So what sort of people do you work with?
Okay, so I work with coaches, consultants, entrepreneurs, business owners, ministers, Christians that are entrepreneurial, that want to be able to use a book to make a bigger impact, have more influence, and increase their income. So if you just want to tell your story, then that's not, you're not my client. It's not just about telling your story. It's more about using your story to create a bigger platform for yourself. So how can you turn that story into an online course? Turn that story into a coaching program, because your book, every chapter of your book is a course, is a module of a course, is a module within a coaching program. But people don't understand that. So we teach you that, hey, your book is bigger than you.
Exactly.
Bigger than you, because your book can get to places that you might not get to. And you can impact more people by them having your book, but by also you coaching them and you probably being a consultant that goes into companies and organizations and teach the information from your book. So if you want to see a big example of that, is John Maxwell. He used his book to build an empire for himself.
Yeah.
And he's doing this from his books. I'm part of the John Maxwell team, and my wife, and everything is all from his books that we do. So that's a big example to show you that your book is bigger than you.
Great. Yeah. I'm already getting excited. I think I need to come onto your bootcamp myself. So I can write the book. So when people join the bootcamp or the masterclass, what are the challenges? Because I think you teach on publishing a book in 90 days.
Yes.
So is there any challenges a person can face in the 90 days?
Well, the first one is not believing in yourself. I think, the first one I try to deal with is mindset. People have this negative mindset that, because of whatever happened to them, they can't do it. I was like that because I have dyslexia, and, I was born premature, and that used to just be things that used to tell me that, hey, you can't do this, you can't do that because of this, because of that. And I never thought I could write a book because of dyslexia, because I wasn't great at English, not great at grammar, and all of those things. But if we can overcome the hurdle of a negative mindset, then we can do whatever it is we put our mind to. So I tell people this: don't let fear stop you from writing and publishing your book, because someone out there is waiting on your information. So one of the biggest hurdles is fear. Then another thing is people listen to what other people say. Because someone else has told you you can't do it does not mean you can't do it. If you can, if you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. So you need to determine which thoughts are you listening to. Because your imagination is powerful. Einstein said this. He said, your imagination is the preview of life's coming attraction. So what do you see? What do you preview? Do you see yourself becoming an author, even though someone may have said something about you?
Mm.
You see yourself holding that book in your hand? Can you see yourself running a business that impacts people?
Mm.
Everything starts and ends in the mind.
Mm.
You can see it in the mind, then you can do it.
Awesome, definitely.
That's the other thing. And then, people, have challenges of, oh, I don't have time. That's just, that's ridiculous, because we all have 24 hours. You know what?
Yeah, but then if you have little ones, Pastor, it's really hard to write a book. So, what
That's,
advice can you give me?
you create time for what you love.
Yes.
You create
Mm-hmm.
time for what you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I said having a deadline. So when are you going to write the book? So within that time, if you carve out just 1 hour a day, you can get your book done in 90 days.
Mm.
So you can't say you don't have time, because there's always time. You just need to create the time. So what can you stop doing to create time for what you want to achieve?
Mm.
So if you spend 1 hour a day and you write 500 words a day, you can get your book done in 60 days.
Oh.
If you can do 1,000 words a day in 30 days, that's your book, because your book does not need to be longer than 30,000 words.
Mm.
Even, do it earlier, because 20,000 words is still a good book. But between 20 and 30,000 words. So there's time, but you need to create the time for what you want to do. And then, oh, I don't have money. Okay, fine. Yes, you're going to need money. It's not going to be free. But don't let that stop you. Find a way of getting started. Yes, you may not, hire a coach or like me or someone like you, but
Mm-hmm.
open up your Word document and do a mind map and do something that can get you started first before you find the money. So most of these things are just excuses.
Excuses, yes. So talking about number of words, is it that the more you write, the more it means something, or why should there be, what's the limit, I guess, for the number of words?
Um, it depends on who's reading the book. So with the way life is so fast paced,
Mm-hmm.
people want to be able to read a book on a train journey.
Mm.
So if your book is 50,000 words, that's a long book.
Mm.
So 20 to 30,000 words is a good book that someone can finish on a 4 hour long journey or train journey.
Mm.
Because if you're going with a traditional publisher, then yes, you need at least 50 to 70,000 words.
Mm.
But if you're self-publishing, or you're going with a hybrid publisher or a team publisher, then 20 to 30,000 words is enough. And if you want to get your book done in 90 days, that's enough words to do in 90 days. I've come to me that I've got, 35, 40, 50, 60, and I'm like, I can't publish that book. One, because it's more expensive to edit and proofread, because it's a bigger book. And it just takes a bit of a longer time to finish. So I tell people this: 20 to 30,000 words is enough for a self-published non-fiction book.
Okay. So in your experience with editors, or do you edit books yourself?
Oh no, like I told you, I have dyslexia,
Right.
so I hire my editors and proofreaders. Yes.
Right. So in your experience with editors, how hard or how easy is it to get a book edited? Because some people, when you tell them the prices of editing, they say, "Oh, it's so expensive."
It is. I'm good with negotiating, but
Yeah.
if you want a good job done, you have to pay good. You can't.
Yes.
Like I said, when I used to do Fiverr, and you get the book back and it's still full of lots of errors, and But now where I go for editors, or I just work with people individually that I've connected with, and it is expensive. So that's why I don't want maybe talk figures, but I can. I'm not shy, to be honest.
Mm.
When I started, I was charging £50 an hour to work with people.
Mm.
If you want to work with me, depending on what you want to do, the two things I do, if your book is written and you want to get it published, then I charge you 3K.
Mm.
There's a reason why, so we can get a good book done.
Mm.
But to get it, you want to get your book written, published, and build a business, I charge 5K.
Mm.
Because there's a reason why. So if you want a book done on Fiverr and you want to pay 200, and then you want to come and, because I've noticed that people that pay less complain more.
Mm.
People that pay less are the ones that have given me so much headache. Hey, so
I'm not even going to comment.
so much.
Thank you, Lord.
And I'm like, how much did you pay? Oh, you said this is what you can afford. I said this is what you can get.
Mm.
So it's like you saying you're gonna go to Arabs and tell them, no, can I just pay £200 or £20 for something that's £2,000, and you want to complain? You can't.
Mm.
So you need to determine what service do you want with the price you want to charge. And I tell people this. I know people personally that charge at least 20, 30, 50,000 pounds or dollars to get your book done.
Mm. And this is self-publishing or through...
Yeah,
Right.
still self-publishing.
Mm-hmm.
But people complain because they don't understand the industry.
Mm-hmm.
If you're in the online space and you understand the coaching industry, you should know the figures that people charge.
Yes.
Reason why? Because they need to give you an experience. They need to give you the best service.
Yes.
So you determine what type of book do you want. Do you want a book from Fiverr, or do you want a professional book?
A high quality book.
Yeah.
And as you work with entrepreneurs and people in ministry, what is the success story or the success rate of their books?
So like I said, I teach you more to build the business.
Right.
So remember, like we spoke earlier about, Amazon bestseller and stuff. I'm really into that. So I don't really I would say the success is they got their book done and they got it published.
Yeah.
But I don't focus on the book sales and all of that stuff.
Right.
What do you want to use this book to do?
Yes.
Because the book is there on Amazon. You can't go to Amazon. The book is there. But you now, as an individual, what are you going to do to make your book a success by
Exactly.
turning into a coaching program and into a business where you can have a bigger impact on people? So they've got your book, it's online, but if they come and work with you in a boot camp, they come to your live event, and that's much more of a bigger impact because you're able to speak to people, touch people, and impact their life personally than them just reading your book. Because we've read so many books, we never met the authors. But imagine if you were able to meet the author in person in one of their workshops or something like that. How much when people have read Tony Robbins' book and then they meet him in person and they experience Tony Robbins in person, it's life-changing.
Definitely.
That's what I try to do. That yes, your book is great, but turn it into something that makes a bigger impact.
Yes. And the time frame as well, because you teach to do it in a shorter space. Yeah. I guess if you are a busy person, that's an advantage to you. And like when you have to sit down and take years and years to write a book.
Yeah, so 90 days I think is enough time. Sometimes it does go longer depending on the individual, but 90 days to 6 months max is enough time to get your book done. It shouldn't go longer than that.
Oh, great. So whilst you're doing your entrepreneur side, how do you balance family, ministry, and other work that you have to do?
Well, my wife is an entrepreneur now as well, so we both manage our time, we make sure that we don't have meetings at the same time.
Great.
We don't have meetings when we're taking our daughter to nursery.
Oh.
If we do, one person would take her, one person would pick her up. So we just try to manage our time properly so that we can run the business, do church, do ministry. So we talk to each other. So we make sure we sit down and say, okay, I've got this today. What have you got today? So it doesn't clash. We can help you. So it's just about time management and being in good communication and seeing how you can just thrive together.
Yeah.
Because you're in this together. So, yeah.
Great. And being a minister as well, have you guys gone back to normal service? Are you still doing it online?
We're still doing online. Sometimes we come together.
Yeah.
Yes, some of us do come together and others watch online. But yeah, we're enjoying it. It's great.
I was gonna say, what was that like for you, changing from going to church every day to now doing it online?
It wasn't difficult because we just about started it, then COVID. So we were gonna get to that point anyway. So
right,
that big of a change for us. But it's been great. It's been good so far, but we're enjoying the journey and we know things are gonna get better.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, I did say to you I had a question about cooking.
Yes.
So so you attend a party.
Yep.
There are 2 servings or two platters.
Okay.
On the table. Which sticker do you go for? Ghanaian jollof or Nigerian jollof?
Okay, wow. It has to be Nigerian jollof. It's the best.
Is it?
There's no contest.
I've never really understood what is it about? What's the fight about?
I don't understand it too. I heard a story that actually really got me like, whoa, is it that bad that 2 ladies were actually fighting and I think one stabbed the other person because of, I'm like, because of Nigeria and Ghanaian jollof? What kind of rubbish is this? And it's crazy, but both countries don't own it anyway, because I think, if I'm right, was it Senegal? Another country started.
No way.
Yeah. It wasn't even Ghana or Nigeria, so another country did, but I can't remember which one now. But yeah, but Nigeria jollof is great. I cook. I love to cook. I think I do the most cooking at home anyway, so I like to cook. I like to make all type of dishes and stuff. So I thought that's what you were gonna ask me. I thought maybe you saw my pictures on food. I thought that's what you were gonna ask.
No, I can definitely look through the pictures of your food. I just wanted to know what the fight is all about because I've heard so much about it.
Yeah, I know, but hey, it's all good.
Great. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. We've learned so much. And I hope once we put down the links, people will jump onto your bootcamp. And I really wish you all the best with your entrepreneur coach journey.
Thank you very much, Rudu, and I hope that you keep doing what you're doing. You're doing such an amazing job. I love what I see when I see your stuff. So keep up the great work. Keep smiling and keep shining.
Oh, thank you so much. We'll catch you another time.
Yes, and thank you for having me on. God bless.
You're most welcome. Thank you.
Bye.